Trump administration grants tariff exclusions for smartphones, computers and other electronics. 60,000 Gazan children aged 5 and under face malnutrition. Good afternoon and Salam Malaysia Madani. I'm Daniel Bahardin and you are watching World Today. People from all sectors in Malaysia, Vietnam and Cambodia are anticipating Chinese President Xi Jinping's upcoming state visits, hoping the visits will elevate China's relations with the three countries. They are also optimistic that these engagements will provide new momentum into building of a community with a shared future among neighboring countries. Xi, also General Secretary of the Communist Party of China Central Committee, will pay a state visit to Vietnam from 14th to 15th April. President Xi will also pay state visits to Malaysia and Cambodia from 15 to 18th April.
Diễn ra chưa đầy một năm sau chuyến thăm cấp nhà nước đến Trung Quốc của đồng chí Tổng Bí thư Tô Lâm, thì chuyến thăm cấp nhà nước đến Việt Nam lần này của Tổng Bí thư Chủ tịch nước Tập Cận Bình là một sự kiện chính trị đối ngoại quan trọng hàng đầu của hai đảng, hai nước, có ý nghĩa chiến lược. Nó sẽ tác động lâu dài đến sự phát triển của quan hệ Việt Trung trong bối cảnh hai nước đều đang bước vào một kỷ nguyên mới, một thời đại phát triển mới.
The expected visit by President Xi on the 15th through the 17th of April is hoped to help enhance bilateral relations between our two countries, and of course we look forward to enhancing also bilateral trade. China is an important trading partner for Malaysia, and in Malaysia's capacity as the chairman of ASEAN, there will definitely be a lot to discuss, and we look forward to hosting presidency next week. ជារួមប្រជាជនកម្ពុជាទាំងមូលក៏ដូចជាមន្ត្រីរាជការយើងខ្ញុំមានការសប្បាយចិត្តណាស់ដែលក្នុងប្រហែលថ្ងៃនេះបានឮថាឯកឧត្តមស៊ីយ៉ាងពេញប្រធានាធិបតីនៃសាធារណរដ្ឋប្រជាមានិតចិនអញ្ជើញមកធ្វើទស្សនកិច្ចផ្លូវរដ្ឋនៅប្រជាណាចក្រកម្ពុជាទស្សនកិច្ចរបស់ឯកឧត្តមស៊ីយ៉ាងពេញនៅកម្ពុជាលើកនេះក៏ជាចលករមួយក្នុងការបន្ថែមនិងបង្រឹងនៅឋានៈទំនងអភិវឌ្ឍរបស់កម្ពុជានៅក្នុងបរិបទថ្មីទៀត
Chinese President Xi Jinping's state visit to Malaysia next week will strengthen Malaysia-China bilateral trade ties. Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan said the visit had been planned for a long time. He added, as the ASEAN chair for this year, Malaysia is tasked with overseeing numerous frameworks, particularly those related to Malaysia-China and ASEAN-China relations. In May, the ASEAN GCC-China summit will be held to ensure that the trade relations are strengthened and that ASEAN countries can increase trade with each other. This is especially in the current uncertain global economic situation. Previously, the media had reported that Malaysia will receive Xi's state visit scheduled to begin from 15 to 17th April. Unity Government spokesman Datuk Fahmi Fadil said the state visit is not only highly anticipated but also reflects the good trade relations between Kuala Lumpur and Beijing. Thailand police have guaranteed the safety of tourists throughout the Songkran festival. This includes those from Malaysia. Deputy Chief of the Thai Tourist Police, Region 7, said authorities have enhanced security measures to ensure there are no untoward incidents during this year's celebration. He stated that further security measures have been implemented. These measures involve enhanced monitoring, and various government agencies such as the Health Office and district offices have been activated to assist tourists. He said authorities, including military forces and volunteers, have been deployed to control traffic to reduce road accidents. In Thailand, the Songkran festival is celebrated from 13th to 15th April. The Songkran festival aims to boost tourism, stimulate the economy, and highlight Thailand's capability to host world-class events. The festival is widely known for its water-throwing activities, vibrant parades, and colorful displays, which symbolize the start of the Thai New Year in a spirit of joy and renewal. The Trump administration has granted tariff exclusions for smartphones, computers, and other electronics imports supplied largely by China. A notice by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Office said smartphones, laptops, memory chips, and other products would be excluded from the global levies President Donald Trump rolled out a week ago. The notice did not provide an explanation for the Trump administration's move, but the exclusion provides welcome relief to major U.S. technology firms, this including Apple, Dell Technologies, and countless other importers. White House officials did not immediately reply to a request for comment on why the latest tariff exemptions had been made. On a related note, U.S. President Donald Trump said that he will provide an update on his administration's approach to semiconductor tariffs on Monday.
I'll give you that answer on Monday. We'll be very specific on Monday. But we're taking in a lot of money. As a country, we're taking in a lot of money.
A White House official said, however, that Trump will launch a new national security trade investigation into semiconductors soon that could lead to other new tariffs on the sector. The UK government was taking control of Chinese-owned British Steel on Saturday after rushing an emergency law through Parliament to avert the shutdown of the country's last factory that can make steel from scratch. The struggling plant in northern England had faced imminent closure, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer said his government stepped in to save British Steel with legislation to prevent its blast furnaces going out. At a rare weekend session, Parliament approved the law without opposition to take over the running of the site, which employs several thousand people and produces steel crucial for UK industries, including construction and rail transport. The government saw its possible closure as a risk to Britain's long-term economic security, given the decline of the UK's once robust steel industry.
Of the contrary, no. I think
Still to come, at least 8 killed in Nigerian landmine explosion. U.S. President Donald Trump stated that discussions focused on resolving the conflict in Ukraine might be progressing fine. However, he emphasized that there comes a time when one must either take action or remain silent.
There are other talks going on. I think Ukraine and Russia might be going okay, and you're going to be finding out pretty soon. You know, there's a point at which you just have to either put up or shut up, and we'll see what happens. But I think it's going fine.
Trump made the comment a day after he showed frustration with Russia and told it to get moving on reaching a deal. On Friday, Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff held talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin about the search for a peace deal. The talks came at a time when the U.S.-Russia dialogue aimed at agreeing a ceasefire ahead of a possible peace deal to end the war appeared to have stalled over disagreements around conditions for a full pause in hostilities. Over 60,000 children aged 5 and under in Gaza are facing malnutrition. According to the UN Special Coordinator for the West Asia Peace Process, the aid has not been allowed in since 2nd March. The equipment needed by aid workers in the region to do their work is insufficient, and the fuel needed to run hospitals has run out. Adding that, there were also disruptions in the distribution of humanitarian aid due to insufficient fuel and equipment. Israel on Saturday said that it planned to expand its military offensive in Gaza after seizing a new corridor as part of a broader effort to take large parts of the war-battered Palestinian territory. Its defense minister, Israel Katz, said the military was also taking over several areas in northern Gaza and the security zone is being expanded. His announcement came as a Hamas official said the group expected real progress towards a ceasefire deal to end the war ahead of talks with Egyptian mediators in Cairo. Nearly 51,000 Palestinians, most of them women and children, have been killed in Gaza since October 2023. At least 8 people were killed after a bus travelling along the Maiduguri-Damboa road in Nigeria's northeast Borno state triggered a landmine explosion. According to Governor Babagana Zulum, 7 other travellers were taken to the intensive care unit of a hospital in the capital Maiduguri, while 14 people sustained minor injuries in the incident. Landmines are common in the northeast region where the Boko Haram frequently launches attacks on security facilities and civilian communities and has kidnapped hundreds of school children in the past. The Dambao-Maiduguri highway had seen a lull in landmine explosions targeting motorists in the last year. The group were able to come and plan an improvised explosive device because of lack of vehicular movement along the road. Boko Haram and rival ISWAP group have been launching sporadic ambushes on convoys. They have increasingly resorted to planting landmines on highways after being pushed out of swathes of territory they once controlled. The governor urged the security agencies to intensify efforts in combating insurgency and securing major roads across the state. Strong gales have been affecting Beijing since Friday evening, toppling numerous trees and leading to travel interruptions, with peak gusts reaching 45.8 meters per second in the mountainous region. As of 3 p.m. Saturday, the capital's guarding department reported 843 fallen trees, all cleared. Over 21,000 people and 2,607 vehicles were deployed to deal with the damage. One incident in western Beijing's Shijingshan district saw a 40-year-old tree with a diameter of 70 centimeters fall onto a minivan and disrupt power lines. After the accident, mobile generators were called in to provide power for residents while rescuers worked to clear the scene. Beijing's Emergency Management Department said that more than 7,000 people were evacuated safely. The essential services remain operational, including water, electricity, gas, heating, and commodity supplies. The Meteorological Department predicts the gales will subside by Monday. Local residents call for urgent help to extinguish a fire that ripped through hundreds of hectares in Mexico's southern state of Oaxaca on Saturday. Communities were on alert from Friday after a blaze started in Santo Domingo Tomaltepec, Oaxaca, and strong winds drove the flames into neighboring towns. Authorities dispatched firefighting brigades and some 80 local volunteers have joined the efforts to extinguish the flames, which have consumed some 500 hectares, according to the state government. Local residents on Saturday blocked a road to demand urgent aid to extinguish the fire, such as more helicopters and water tanks. The state civil protection agency said residents of Santa Catarina were evacuated due to the thick smoke from the fire. According to a statement from the Oaxacan government on Saturday, the fire has posed a threat to 4 communities, namely Santo Domingo Tomaltepec, Santa Catarina de Siena, San Francisco Lachilgolo, and Santiago Ixtaltepec, and is now reported to be 75% under control. In sports, Marc Marquez wins his 4th straight sprint this season. Stay tuned. Kicking off our sports segment this afternoon, 2 goals from Cristiano Ronaldo, including a spectacular volley from the edge of the box, led Al Nassr to a come-from-behind 2-1 win against Al Riyadh on Saturday. The win takes Al Nassr to third on the table, 1 point behind second place Al Hilal and 8 behind leaders Al Ittihad. Al Riyadh had taken the lead on the stroke of half-time after winger Faiz Salamani reacted quickly to slot home after a save from opposition goalkeeper Bento fell kindly into his path. The second half turned into the Ronaldo show as the Portuguese superstar got Al Nassr back into the contest with a simple finish following a smart cross from Sadio Mane. If Ronaldo's first goal was straightforward, his second was anything but. A clearance from the Al Riyadh defence looped up invitingly and Ronaldo, stationed at the edge of the box, stepped in to hammer a volley into the top corner to complete the comeback. Ronaldo almost turned provider for John Duran in stoppage time, scoring the ball for the Colombian striker, but his shot flew over the crossbar. The miss almost proved costly as Al Riyadh substitute Anis Salih rattled the post with a curling effort moments later, but Al Nassr held on for their 17th win of the league season. In MotoGP news, Ducati's Marc Marquez won his 4th straight sprint of the season at the Qatar Grand Prix to retake the lead in the championship, while his younger brother Alex of Gresini Racing took second place yet again on Saturday. The two brothers have finished first and second in each of the 4 sprints this season as Marc, who led from start to finish, moved up to 98 points, while Alex is 2 points behind. VR46 Racing's Franco Morbidelli came in third, while Alex's rookie teammate Fermin Aldeher had an impressive ride to come forth for his best ever MotoGP finish. But the day belonged to Marc, who has made a habit of dominating Saturdays with 4 poles and 4 sprint victories this season. He took pole position with an all-time lap record at the Lusail International Circuit earlier on Saturday. Marc had a blistering start off the line under the lights as he took the lead ahead of Alex, while Yamaha's Fabio Quartararo was third in the opening lap. But the Yamaha rider was soon overtaken by VR46 Racing's Franco Morbidelli, who moved up to third. As has been the case all season, Alex attempted to find a way past his elder brother but could just not find a gap to capitalize on in the 11-lap sprint. On to tennis, Carlos Alcaraz booked his place in the final of the Monte Carlo Masters for the first time with a dominant 7-6, 6-4 win over fellow Spaniard Alejandro Davidovich Fokina on Saturday. Alcaraz, a 4th-time Grand Slam champion, is targeting his first Masters title since winning in Indian Wells last year and his first on clay since the 2024 French Open. Alcaraz won his only previous encounter with Davidovich Fokina, ranked 42 in the world, on the clay in Barcelona 2 years ago, and he started quickly this time, breaking early. Davidovich Fokina and Novak Djokovic, while world number 1 Jannik Sinner is still serving a doping ban. The 21-year-old admitted that he has felt some added pressure this round, lost the first set 6-1 in wet conditions, but fought back to tie the forehand. Musetti will next take on Alcaraz in the final for Monte Carlo title. Alcaraz has won his last 3 meetings with Musetti but lost in their only previous final clash in Hamburg in 2022. In cycling, French cyclist Pauline Ferrand-Prévot of the Visma team came back from sickness and a fall to win the Women's Paris-Roubaix Cobble Classic on Saturday. This was a Paris-Roubaix debut for the cross-discipline rider who rejoined the road circuit in 2025 after a decade's absence. Ferrand-Prévot made the decisive move with 25 kilometers to go, breaking away from the group of favourites. She then caught up and dropped Emma Norsgaard on her way to victory in her debut at the cobblestone race as she crossed the line after 3 hours 40 minutes and 7 seconds mark. Italy's Letizia Borghesi finished second, nearly a minute behind the Visma Lease a bike rider, while Dutchwoman Lorena Wiebes won the sprint for third place. The 148-kilometer ride is the fifth edition of the women's event and began at Da Nang before tackling the Franco-Belgian border region's old mining roads to Roubaix. The men's 122nd edition race embarks from Compiègne on Sunday, and Van Barle will be riding alongside Wout van Aert, with the pair both in with a chance. Colourful stories await in our Offbeat segment. Stay tuned. The UK's National Mapping Service has created one of the most ambitious builds ever undertaken in the popular video game Minecraft, using 100 billion blocks to create an accurate map of Great Britain. Inspired by the release of a Minecraft movie, Ordnance Survey OS is now inviting players to download their local area and build or demolish anything they want to. Ordnance Survey was known for paper maps only. However, they have a really rich, accurate digital database behind all of those papers maps, digital products and services. About 11 years ago, the team behind OS created the first accurate Minecraft map of Great Britain. With the new release of a Minecraft movie, it felt like a great opportunity to revisit that.
Part of what we do is thinking about new, innovative and exciting ways to use our data in different ways, get that data in front of new people. Education is a really big part of what we do, so engaging with new, younger audiences. So having the opportunity to, again, create a more accurate map of Great Britain using the functionality behind Minecraft seemed too good an opportunity to pass. So that's what we've done. We've used open data to recreate that map of Great Britain.
The project promises to be a faithful recreation of the British Isles, complete with motorways, roads, vegetation, forests, lakes, rivers, beaches, railways and islands.
And what it means is if people want to recreate the Houses of Parliament, for instance, in its real-world location, they can. If they want to go and freeze the Lake District, they can do that too. If they want to build a bridge from Southampton to the Isle of Wight, they can.
Due to the colossal file size of the project, the OS has initially released 15 distinct areas, including major cities such as London, Manchester, Cardiff, Bristol, Edinburgh, Birmingham, Glasgow, and Newcastle. Some of the UK's most iconic natural landmarks have also been included, such as Ben Nevis, Snowdonia, the Scottish Islands, and the Isle of Wight. The initial release also includes several regions known for their diverse landscapes, including Cornwall, Hampshire, and Cumbria. The scale of the endeavour is immense that if a single player were to attempt the project, placing 1 block per second, it would take a staggering 28,000 years to complete. Over the coming weeks, they plan to add even more detail to the Minecraft map, using more sophisticated data to ensure an accurate and engaging representation of Britain's geography. The world's oldest gorilla, Fatou, was presented with a basket full of fruit and vegetable delights as she celebrated her 68th birthday at the Berlin Zoo on Friday. At the historic age of 68, the western lowland gorilla was doing well. Berlin Zoo veterinary Andre School said that Fatou's was certainly no spring chicken anymore, suffering from typical age-related aches and pains such as stiff knees and arms and arthrosis. Fatou can no longer fully straighten either her knees or her arms, so she always walks in a slightly hunched position. She is experiencing arthrosis, which is quite normal for an elderly gorilla. However, she rarely needed support from the zoo staff except for a slightly adjusted diet. Having no teeth anymore, Fatou needs her vegetables cooked, and cracking walnuts is not an option anymore. But as a compensation, she is, unlike the other gorillas, allowed a few fruits. On her birthday, she tucked into strawberries, plums, and apples. According to Berlin Zoo, western lowland gorillas are an endangered species after their natural habitat was continuously decimated. They live in the tropical rainforests of Cameroon, the Central African Republic, Gabon, and the Republic of Congo, and are the largest ape species with a weight of up to 200 kilograms. Around 100 fun-seeking combatants armed with pillows faced off in Toronto on Saturday as the city's 4th annual pillow fight got underway. The good-natured melee in Nathan Phillips Square saw friends and total strangers whelping each other and dancing as they let off steam and relived their childhood memories.
It's the 4th time that we're having pillow fight in Nathan Phillips Square. It started after COVID when people were like a bit shocked from all the isolation. We're actually making it in order to have pure fun. So for 1 hour, we put all the differences that we're having aside. Politics, gender, salaries, whatever is running around the world. And for 1 hour, we are just having fun with tons of other strange people that we don't know them, but we are still having fun with them.
Levy said the event fell off during COVID and Urban Playground restarted it to help build up a sense of community.
It's a great way to bring the community together to do something fun and to meet new people. We've met new people here every year, but we also see the same faces come every year as well. Yeah, it's just a great way to have some fun and let out your inner child a little bit.
Participants were encouraged to have fun, but also asked not to use feather pillows to avoid litter.
I want to experience a different thing in here and remind me some child memory. So that's why I come here, and also I'm going back to my country next month. So I want to do something interesting or exciting here.
That's it from us this afternoon. In our top story, Trump administration grants tariff exclusions for smartphones, computers and other electronics, which are largely supplied by China. Do join us again tonight at 8:30 p.m. for more news on TV1 and saluran Berita RTM. Or you can always catch us live on RTM Click's website and mobile app. Till then, I'm Daniel Baharuddin. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum. Salam Malaysia Madani.